I am Louis, and this video is going to explain how to use the water scrubbing setup. Firstly, we have to make sure that the water scrubbing setup is connected to the rest of the system by checking that this hose here and this hose at the bottom are both connected to the right column. Then we have to connect the inputs and outputs to the system. The inputs, the pure biogas is right here on this line. And the output is right here. And I have to make sure that this is very right. Okay. The second step is to make sure all the valves are in the open position. That's the green valves here, here, and here. The red valve here. And the LPG valve here. This one should be fully open. Okay. The next step is to start the water pump. First, we have to make sure that the water level is approximately at the blue line. Then we can come to the electrical box and start the main switch and the P for pump.
Now, the pump is going to start. Right now, you can close the green valve here. Now you have to make sure that the water drops to the level of the red line. Then, you open the green valve. This will make the level rise again. Make sure that the water stays approximately at the red line. When the water stays at the correct level, you can turn on the compressor. You can do this by switching on the C of compressor. Now we are pumping purified biogas into the LPG tank. This might take a while. The process is done when the black pressure gauge reaches approximately 5 bar of pressure. While the process happens, you have to make sure the water level in this water jug stays near the red line. You can do this by opening the green valve slightly more or slightly less. Again, so we are looking at two things, the black pressure gauge here and the red water level here. Okay, the system has now reached 5 bar. We can now turn off the compressor and the water pump.
Next, we close this valve. And then we have to disconnect the outlet. By first closing the valve tightly, and then unscrew it. The gas can now be used as a fuel source. The final step is maintenance. There is 3 key components that need maintenance in the water scrubbing system. The first one is the desulfurizer. This unit should be unscrewed so that the material should be left outside so it can regenerate, so it can be reused. And new material should be added to make sure that the full column is filled with clear. Then 2 moisture traps should be emptied if there's any moisture in it. The first one is this one, by unscrewing the white bottom valve. And the second one is the high pressure unit. You need this tool for that to unscrew this to make sure that there's no water in the high pressure system. Thank you for your attention.